Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today for another video. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for joining me again. If you're new, welcome. This channel is all about style without boundaries, and if that resonates with you, I think you're gonna like it here. So I've been pushing this off, and I've been pushing it off. I don't think I have ever shopped more than I have shopped so far. We're getting into a collective haul for today's video. This is by far the largest haul I've ever done. I've been building up my fall-winter wardrobe since the middle of the summer. I've been adding pieces, and instead of just piecemealing them, one by one or, two at a time, I just decided, let's just save everything. Let's just do one big haul. Let's really get excited for the fall and the winter. Now, because there is so much, I don't want to spend too much time on the intro. I'm not going to spend too much time on each and every piece, and I will insert footage of me wearing the piece, or at least a photo, so you can get a better idea of how it looks. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Let's start with coats and jackets. Starting off strong with a stunning statement piece, this is my metallic green trench coat from Nasty Gal. Now, if you spend a lot of time on YouTube like I do, you are so at risk of being influenced. Shout out to Jeronica Mycia if you're watching. I doubt that you are, but if you are, hey girl. You featured this in one of your videos. I have never clicked checkout so fast. I love this piece. Not only is it so on trend since green dominated on fall-winter runways, but it just looks incredible. Definitely more than the $100 price tag that I paid. This is just too good. I mean, what else do I need to say? I love it when they take a classic piece and they inject some life into it by adding a twist. I haven't worn it yet, but I cannot wait to wear it. Let's move on to the next piece. If you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you've already seen this jacket. I purchased this jacket about a month ago. This is my new cowhide leather jacket. This one is from Mango. Funny enough, you were seeing cowhide jackets all over TikTok. I believe the brand that everybody was talking about was called Samso. I am butchering that. I'll put it on the screen. But I've been waiting for a piece like this to come back in fashion. The first time I remember cow print really coming into fashion, I just could not afford the pieces that I wanted. So when I saw this, I knew it was something I wanted to invest in. It is a little bit more on the pricey side. However, because it is genuine leather, I'm considering this to be more of an investment, and I have 4 other leather jackets that have aged very well. They're going a decade and they're still strong, so this I'm hoping will do the same. Plus, I have to be very honest, Western is always something that I like to incorporate. I know it's trending now, but it's something that I live by season over season. I love cowboy boots, I love denim, I love bolo ties, so this just ties into this nicely. Next piece. This jacket caused me to break one of my cardinal rules. I made a vow to myself, probably at the end of 2023, that I wasn't going to invest in any more vegan leather pieces. And when I say vegan leather, I actually mean like polyurethane. They just don't wear as well as I would like. I previously had a vegan leather trench coat in navy blue from ZARA that I absolutely adored, but it started peeling and disintegrating, and I was very upset by that. So I said, no more faux leather, just stick with the real thing. But then I saw this jacket on Mango and I was like, crocodile embossed in genuine leather would cost me thousands of dollars, which is not currently in the budget. So I bought this when I ordered the cowhide jacket as well, thinking, I'll try it out, I'll see how I feel about it. You know what, I probably won't like it that much. This jacket looks so good on. My mom was like, oh my God, you have to keep that. That is so you, it looks so good. and I could not agree more. This jacket is amazing, not only because it's such a beautiful color, sitting somewhere between chocolate brown and burgundy, but the cropped body, the matching buttons, it just does something. Now, I could take this a more classic route with like a nice chino and a boot, but I'm thinking about taking it more into like a vintage 70s kind of feel with like a high-rise flare and like a Cuban heel boot. Oh, and if I didn't mention, this one was very affordable. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it was $100 or so? I want to say around $100. I featured this in a reel about a month ago. This is such a beautiful piece. Get a little closer. Like, do you see that shine? Maybe it's getting a little bit blown out because of the lights, but this jacket is truly a work of art. Was shopping in Nordstrom one day with my partner in crime and checking out the sales section, happened across this coat, and I was like, I don't know if I can fit a small. She's like, just try it on, just see what you can do. Fit like a glove, but wasn't quite ready to take the plunge. It was marked down, but it was still about $300. So ended up looking for this online later on, found it for even cheaper directly from Stine Goya, and I knew that it was something that I was ready to invest in. Pink is one of my favorite colors to wear, and you're always going to catch me in a third layer. Very seldom will you see me in just like a t-shirt and pants. You're always going to see me with like a cardigan or some type of jacket over top, and this is incredible. It splits. This just gives such interesting movement when you walk. I could go on all day about how much I love this jacket, but I think you can really see it for yourself. Guys, I am doing so well by not rambling on. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's move on to the next piece. I recorded some short form content for this jacket that I've yet to publish, but this jacket is probably one of my biggest surprises because it is not something that I would typically invest in. For one, I don't really like khaki as a color. It looks okay against my skin, like here with my hand in front of it, but I find that it washes me out a lot when worn close to the face. So I don't do it too often. And it's a brand that I've never invested in. This is 3.1 Phillip Lim, which is a gorgeous contemporary brand that you see in your major department stores, Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's, Saks. And the price point is pretty affordable for the design elements that you get. I find that Phillip Lim is really good at juxtaposing contrasting elements and making them look like they were always meant to be together. What's interesting to me about this jacket is that it has this peplum detail, which gives it sort of a unconventional flair, but then you've got this crop silhouette at the top, buttons down at the bottom, the perfect combination of traditional and the unconventional, and that really speaks to me. I like the pops of olive green, I like the fact that it belts to give a little bit more attention to the waist. This jacket just looks so good. I was able to get this from Bloomingdale's and I got a discount because it was Asian owned. But I will say that this jacket has made me really excited to shop Phillip Lim more. But also too, I think this will look really good with a pair of leopard print jeans that I just invested in. But also too, I've got a pair of Gucci trousers that I've had for over a decade that are olive green with khaki bandage straps. These two pieces were meant to go together and I'm so excited to style them up. Do not underestimate the power of in-store shopping. I know a lot of us today shop online. We like the convenience. We like not being hassled by the sales associates or other customers, but the experience of working with a good SA just makes it 10 out of 10. Especially when they know their product and they're passionate about their product, they're going to be able to introduce you to things that you would normally pick out for yourself. What you're seeing here is a black blazer. And I know you're thinking, okay, it's a black blazer. You featured many black blazers on your channel already. What's the purpose here? Well, my point is that I own black blazers already. I wasn't in the market. I decided to step into Boyd's one day. I was nearby, and it is a Philadelphia-based designer clothing retailer. It is truly a gem of Philadelphia. And the sales associate greeted me, so excited to just show me around the store, show me product, show me some of his favorite pieces. And one of the pieces that he was really excited about was this blazer. I was like, get out of here, I don't need a black blazer. I already have black blazers. And he goes, but it's all about the detail and the design. So, first selling point, the zipper details up the sleeves. You can unzip the sleeves to get a full cape-like effect, or just halfway for a slight flare. I'm a sucker for design elements like that. Take the traditional and make them a little bit unconventional. But also, from the front, you don't get much, but I talked about this in my office wear outfits video. I really enjoy when tailoring contours in towards the smallest part, which for me is my waist, because that gives a nice shape and a nice silhouette. Plus, this isn't relaxed and cut. I hate when the shoulder seams sit halfway down my arm like a lot of modern blazers do. When I tried this on, I knew I had to have it. It was definitely very expensive, more expensive than I would normally go for a piece like this, but it is Helmut Lang under the creative direction of Peter Doe. I love Peter Doe's designs, and I love Helmut Lang as a brand, so I said, you know what? It's a piece that you'll have forever. It is a little piece of fashion history. Do it. And I don't regret it. This blazer looks so good on the body. Well, we made it through all of the coats, which is good. Let's move on to apparel. All right, first up we have a matching set from ZARA. I will tell you time and time again, I'm not a fan of more relaxed cuts. I tend to be flattered much better by a lot more structured and streamlined cuts and silhouettes. However, sometimes the color is the thing that draws you in and that you just have to go with it. I saw this set at ZARA probably 2 months ago. It was a long time that I thought on this set and I sat on it, tried to curb my impulse shopping, but ended up picking it up a couple weeks back because I was like, you know what? You love blue, you look really good in blue. This beautiful cobalt color isn't something that you have in your wardrobe. Go ahead and do it. Plus, even if you don't love the shirt that much, the pants are going to do you really well, and they're going to pair with a lot of your great winter and fall tops and those beautiful jewel tones. Even though I don't like the drop shoulder, it is a great ensemble to throw on those days where I'm feeling particularly lazy, and ZARA is always good for pieces like this. Also a new one is my sweater. I don't know if you can capture all the details accurately on camera today. Everything is getting super blown out by the lights. However, this is a new ivory knit that I got from Target's Future Collective line. Anytime a clothing item has pearls on it, I'm probably going to be inclined to purchase it, and that was exactly the case with this. Ivory sweater, pearl details. I also like the slightly open knit as well, which to me is cute. It is a drop shoulder, which I don't particularly love, but just like with the ZARA set, it's the perfect piece to throw on lazy days. And I have to say too, Target's prices are always going to be reasonable, but it looks really expensive for it to not have been expensive at all, which is something that I always look for. If you were to ask me what my favorite metal is, I would tell you silver. Even though the body of this garment is pewter, I love the silver reflections that are happening all throughout. Now, my mindset with this is that it is not appropriate for fall and winter because it's sheer. It's not going to keep me very warm. But I love the idea of layering sheer mock necks underneath structured blazers and some of the jackets that I've purchased. And this is exactly what I'm going to do with this new top. This is actually from Macy's. It's their Bar 3 line. My mother is a Macy's shopper, and we were perusing their merchandise, taking stock of the new pieces, you know, what we thought would be good, and this was one of the pieces that I gravitated towards. Again, thank God for controlling the impulse. We ended up getting this for a really good price. I think when all was said and done, this was 13 bucks. And it retailed for $39.50. So if you can hold off, if you're not like, I have to have it, I have to wear it in that moment, do that. You guys never hear me talk about t-shirts, and I seldom feature t-shirts in my haul videos. It's not that I don't buy them, I do, but they're usually just very basic and they're usually just very functional. And I'm not often buying new t-shirts because I have such a wide collection. However, my mother asked me to participate in a fashion show that she was putting on for her store, and so I was happy to oblige her this time. And this is a piece that she picked up for me to model, and I have to say, graphic tees in particular are not my thing, but I really loved this. I loved the color. It's a beautiful, like, berry color. It's repping my favorite city in the United States, New York City. And I put it on and I loved it. So after the fashion show, I just told her, hey, I want the t-shirt. And so she picked it up for me and I love it. It's simple, it's clean, it's a color that I don't have, surprisingly. And again, I loved the richness of the berry color over, like, again, a more traditional burgundy. I'm really rambling. This is getting super blown out by the lighting, so I'll do my best to fix it in post, but if not, I'll put a video and a picture up so you guys can get a better idea of the shirt. Every ZARA studio collection, my mother and I will shop it separately and send each other the pieces that we think the other will like before we actually make a purchase. I was thinking, probably won't buy anything this time, even though the pieces are usually good. My mom sent me this piece and said, this looks like you, and I was like, you're right, it really does. I love a good dramatic sleeve, and any top that can give me that is something that I'm going to buy. I love white, I love a statement sleeve, and it's pretty fitted throughout the body, which is very refreshing since so many tops these days are quite relaxed in cut. I don't know if any of the studio tops are available, but if you are thinking about purchasing it, if it's available, it does run small. I tend to wear a woman's size small in ZARA. This I purchased in a medium, and I'm glad I did because it is very fitted, and a small would have been far too tight. I cannot believe how obsessed I've become with this top. And when I was just perusing and other stories, like I often do, I saw this and was like, oh my god, I really love it. I love the beautiful brown lady, I love the beautiful white lady, they're wearing gloves, the whole top feels very dreamy, and it's blue. And blue is my color. Even better, when I got it in person, it is so soft. Oh, it has such a smooth hand, and it drapes so beautifully. I don't even care that it's more relaxed because everything else works so well. This top is everything. I got this in a size 4. I will, depending on the top, I'll go true to size or I'll size down. If you watched, you would have seen that I featured this in my office wear outfits video as the perfect alternative to your traditional white button down. And I styled it up with some blue cargo trousers and it looked fantastic. Also featured in my office wear outfits video was this waistcoat in a bustier style from House of Aama. I am so embarrassed that I got the name wrong in that previous video, but we're correcting it here today. We'll always support Black-owned brands whenever I have the opportunity to, and I loved the fact that Nordstrom collaborated with Harlem's Fashion Row just to highlight and celebrate Black designers and give them a platform to sell their products to a wider audience. Mom and I decided that it was something that we had to check out and then shop. Love that it is done in a navy and white pinstripe. I love the callback to classic suiting, and I love the shape on the body. I love the fact that it's done in a navy and white pinstripe, which is such a hallmark of traditional men's suiting. But then the shape and the details really contour to the lines of the body, so you're really mixing that masculine and feminine energies, and that is something that I rather enjoy. Last time I checked, some of the pieces were still available from the Harlan Fashion Row collaboration. Definitely go on Nordstrom and check it out. All the pieces were a 10 out of 10. I would have invested in more pieces if I didn't feel like I was duplicating what I already had in my closet, but definitely check it out. The pieces were incredible. And I can tell you for this piece, I go between a small and medium in a lot of tops. This one I definitely needed to size up for comfortability, so keep that in mind if you're going to order this piece as well. I featured on my wish list that I wanted to do the entire studio's Faux shearling quarter zip for the winter, and I loved the look of it. But I saw this on ZARA's studio collection, and I asked around a little bit about if you were investing in a piece like this for me, would you do the entire studios or the ZARA option? And the vote was unanimous that the ZARA option felt more likely. And since it was a little bit cheaper, I ended up going with this option. So it's a cropped sweatshirt done in faux fur, and it's just so kitschy that it makes me smile. And that's also what I liked about the entire studios option as well. Quarter zips are very classic and traditional, but then it was this oversized, massive, fluffy knit that just felt a little bit cartoonish, but I appreciate a little bit of that whimsy in my dressing. So what I love about this is the cropped body, the full sleeves, and the fact that it's almost cut like a cape, but it does have a slot for your arms to go into as well. But then you just get some more drama because this will billow very nicely. And it's really gorgeous layered over a turtleneck and like a classic tailored trouser. Or if you wanted to dress this down, I think that this would be the perfect combination with barrel leg jeans, which we will talk about very shortly. If you can still get your hands on this, because this is a slightly more recent purchase, this runs really, really big. I got the extra small in this, and I definitely, by the way this fits, would have drowned in the medium large. You know, when it comes to knitwear, I find that I tend to do the same thing over and over again. I'm a creature of habit who also knows what looks good on his body. However, when I was looking at that button-up shirt from In Other Stories with the beautiful ladies on it, I said, look at their sweaters, see if there's anything that appeals to you. And I saw this bad boy and was like, I think we might be into something. First things first, the color. This is a beautiful espresso brown color. If I'm going to wear shades of brown, I like them to be very deep, very rich, like the color of my hair. Really golden, warm browns start to wash me out, or even in some cases can make me look sallow. Basically, I want it to be almost black, but then brown. But then I said, okay, there's a lot of interesting design elements going on here. So the placket is cut in a zigzag fashion, but also even the way it fastens. Look at these buttons. They're so pretty. Just so unconventional. The sleeve flares just a little bit. It's just got a really gorgeous shape. So this is definitely going to contour to the lines of the body before flaring out ever so slightly on the hip. It's definitely giving sex appeal because if you look and see, it fastens quite low. So you're definitely going to get a lot of chest, a lot of collarbone. And the most important thing, it's 100% wool. Well, shout out to them for not including any synthetics in this cardigan. And I have to say too, it, for being 100% wool, wasn't that expensive. Last but not least for tops is this poncho. I know this is going to be probably an unpopular piece, People are gonna be like, Poncho, like what is that about? But hear me out a little bit. I mentioned earlier in the video that Western is something that I truly and genuinely love, and it is something that I always do, whether it's in trend or not, just because I love the look and I love the aesthetic. When I saw this at a local consignment store, I was instantly attracted to it. One, I love the fact that the fringe is asymmetric, and then also along the edge. I also love the triangular shape. It is so beautiful to me. The color is entirely wrong for me. It just is very blah against my skin, but I don't care. This is so interesting, and I'll end up popping a turtleneck and a flattering color on underneath of it, so it'll create just a nice barrier between me and this camel color. It is 100% acrylic, but it's also BCBG Max Azria, which is a brand that I have such a soft spot for. I love the brand. I've got a teddy coat from the brand as well as a beautiful pewter metallic suit. And so I said, I'm gonna get the piece. I found this on Poshmark for the same price, and this one is in pristine condition. You're gonna see me with my wide leg distressed jeans and some ivory cowboy boots and an ivory hat, and it's gonna be a whole vibe. We're gonna do it. It's the fact that I've been talking for an hour and there's still more pieces to show you. I'm noticing my style is evolving. Maybe it's the change of weather, but I'm moving away typically from the more romantic, draped, sensual, feminine pieces. I'm more into structure, denim, things of that nature. However, there's always going to be a part of me that just loves a piece that just screams romance. So this is a Rosette jacket from ZARA, and my mother actually has this in a green color. I wanted the green color for myself, but I said, I'll let you have that one. She bought it. It's incredible. It looks amazing on her. It's such a beautiful piece, and we saw that it came around a little while later in this beautiful rose brown color, so I picked it up. It's so pretty, and I like that it's versatile, that it can be dressed up to be worn in an office, but it looks just as good with a pair of jeans and sneakers. Plus, I think this color is so beautiful. This type of rosy brown isn't something that you see a lot. Most browns on offer are very much like a chocolatey brown, or they're leaning kind of into like a red, like, you know, burnt sienna territory. This shade is gorgeous, and I love it. You know, it's so funny how the things that we tease our parents and our grandparents for are things that we somehow find ourselves doing as well. And now here I am with a pair of jeans with a crease in them. So yet again, friends, this is another situation of I wouldn't have picked it out for myself if I had been in store. Although I was on the hunt for denim done in a more trouser-like finish. But I have so many jeans already, I don't need more. But again, working with a good sales associate, he showed me this detail. So just like my blazer from earlier, these are Helmut Lang from the same collection with the zipper detail. So you're getting the versatility of styling here. You're also getting a lot of impact as people see you walking away. So you can go fully zip to get a very classic straight leg, Carpenter style. You could go half zip and get a little bit of flaring, or you could go fully unzip to get a much fuller leg. I also love the indigo wash and just the crispness of this denim. Funny enough, I'm 5'10", and the sales associate was telling me that, you know, everything you buy, we're gonna make sure we alter it so it's perfect for your body. And he said that a lot of his customers, women, have tried the jeans on and they just were too long. And because of the zipper detail, you can't do alterations. So they hit me perfectly, and he was like, oh my God, finally someone who can wear the jeans. I love these. I don't know what else to say about them beyond the fact that I love them. If you were to ask me what my favorite cut of jean is, I would tell you probably still wide leg. However, barrel leg is quickly becoming my favorite to wear. Barrel legs are great because they feel very cool and edgy and modern, yet they also feel like they're harkening back to silhouettes that we would have seen in the 80s. I also like the fact that they can lean a little bit closer to a straight leg, they can be a little bit more cropped, they can be a little bit more full, depending on the effect that you want. These are from Target's Wild Fable collection. Not a collection that I typically shop, but if the piece looks good and I can envision myself wearing it and looking good in it, I'll buy it. And even better is that these were such a good price. They're $36 originally, but then 25% off. Got these in a size 4. And I just loved just the gray color, the full leg, high rise, but yet a more relaxed cut. And then just a little bit of distressing at the bottom, like chef's kiss. And they're 100% cotton. I despise when my denim has stretch in it. It just gives out halfway through the day, it's saggy in the butt, and that is just not a good look. Another pair of barrel leg jeans. This is from The Gap. This is their washed black color. These are high-rised, a little bit more cropped, and these are a little less extreme in their cut compared to the Wild Fable pair. These are a little more low-key, a little bit more undercover. If you're not really looking, you won't notice, but then you get just that hint of that curved shape and you're like, ooh, it's a little different. These I got in a size 27. I probably could have stood to size down to a 26, but the fact that they're a little bit big is okay, especially considering that these are also 100% cotton, because your boy doesn't like stretch in his denim. I cannot believe I'm holding these up today. I can't believe it. Whenever people ask me what my thoughts were on leopard print, I always told them I didn't like it. And I guess that is true technically. My style, for the most part, has evolved into very romantic, sort of androgynous, kind of ethereal on one aspect, or like very tailored and very structured, very streamlined, almost bordering on minimalism, although sometimes the tailoring is done in very bold and punchy colors. So leopard print didn't fit really well into that. I said, look, leopard print is intriguing, but you have to find a way to do it in a way that would make sense for you. In what way would you feel most comfortable incorporating leopard? Denim. So when I saw this wide leg pair of denim from H&M, I loved it. Interestingly enough, on camera, they're coming up very vibrant and very contrasted, where in person, they're much more subtle and much more blended, which is another thing that I prefer about these. The leopard print is loud, but not super loud like some can be, where it's really clear, it's really crisp, and the spots are jumping out at you. Also, the fact that they're wide leg and slightly baggy just makes it that much cooler for me. I don't think that I'm going to feel like these are fussy or matronly, which leopard can sometimes give me personally. And these were inexpensive, so if in a couple of years I do tire of them, at least I won't feel like I wasted a ton of money on something that was just of the moment and trendy. We are making it down, guys. We're getting close to the end. There isn't much to say about these pants other than I just love what And Other Stories does, and I ordered this in the same batch with the button-up shirt with the ladies on it and the merino wool cardigan. But I thought it could be super cool to have a elevated but comfortable piece. What are those pieces that you wear when you don't feel like getting dressed but you need to look like something? If I really feel like I just need to be pared down and comfortable, I have a couple of Issa and Miyake plissé sets. However, I thought, why not do something with some texture, something that's a little bit interesting, something that's a little bit wide leg, but then has an elastic waistband? so that I don't have to deal with zippers and buttons and whatnot. They are 100% polyester, which I feel very meh about. In one regard, I like that polyester does give them more of a trouser look and feel, but of course I would prefer more natural fibers if that was possible, but these are great. They're super comfortable, they look super elevated. I love them. And if I didn't mention it, these are a size small. These are ZARA Studio genuine wool trousers. We love genuine wool. I have an addiction to black trousers. I think I counted, I have 11 pairs, if I'm not mistaken, of like black formal trousers, and I didn't need any more black trousers. However, when I looked at these at the studio collection, I thought, they're genuine wool. They're super beautiful wide leg shape. They've got that amazing pleating detail that like almost gives the look of a skirt, but then you walk and it's pants. So I said, why don't you just order them, see how you like them, and you know what, if you get them and you're just like, they're okay, you can just return them. Better safe than sorry. I loved them. They looked so good on, and so good that I featured them in my office wear outfits video as well, with the blue mango shirt. They're just beautiful. They look so good. They flow really nicely in motion. They're genuine wool, so I am happy about that. Last but not least, despite them being super blown out on camera, the silk Gucci trousers. Silk Gucci trousers. And for under $300, these are so beautiful. They're so beautiful. They're pulling farmer yellow on camera, but in person, they're definitely a true chartreuse, which really sits halfway between like true green and yellow. They're silk. I don't want to wear acetate or polyester that passes off as silk satin. I just want silk. It breathes better, it wears better. I love it. And it's Gucci. And despite the fact that I moved away from Gucci as being a good brand for my aesthetic, there is still a part of me that just enjoyed the revelry of Alessandro Michele's Gucci, and it was definitely the first designer brand that I heavily bought into. I own so many beautiful pieces from that era, and I still wear them and they still bring me joy. And so I just wanted to take myself back to that period of time where like there was just so much joy in the clothing. So they're giving Gucci, but in a way that I feel is very indicative of my style. I love a good tailored trouser. I love a good punchy jewel tone. They're impeccable. And I'm gonna get a little closer. Look at the buttons. Like, it's the details for me that make pieces like this, like, worth it. Not that you can't get that at a lower price point, but like, at the designer level, you're always going to get something interesting like this. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of this video. Apologies for rambling a little bit. This video was certainly unscripted. That being said, thank you so much for watching until the end. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thinking about doing just some fall outfits, since I've got so many beautiful fall weather pieces and fall color stories, so I'll be working on that one next for you. Hope you guys have a good day. Catch you in the next one. Bye.